I think some of the customers that even the people in this room we've worked with in the past, you know, they what they would have to do if they wanted to email a document was they would then print it and then scan it, and then somebody would physically kind of send that scan to people. So that's a physical piece. So what we're doing is we're almost removing it. The digitization is removing that away from them. So we automate that process so that now person receives it in an email that's interactive on their phone if that's what they want to do. So the physical piece for me and that is all about, there's an awful lot of physical work that gets done, the dirty work to get those documents in and out of a business. And actually we can remove some of that and take away some of that physicality that people have to generate their documents.
So the software platform is becoming the conduit between the devices and the ERP systems then?
Yeah, correct. But the ERP system sometimes, as I said, doesn't know what those devices are, right? So we're adding to that piece. We're helping them to join the two together.
So does that mean the ERP system doesn't know when it's printing?
Correct. The ERP systems don't really know when they're outputting. You know, you've kind of said, do me an invoice run. That could come out as data, it could come out as documents.
Right.
An ERP system wants to send data. As human beings, though, we don't understand data. We want to read things in documents. So documents will always be very important to us. So because that's how, us as human beings, we then translate what's in the data because we see it as a document. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to make everything that's data in an ERP system be readable as a document so that human beings can understand it. Because if I give you an XML feed, actually, if I give you an XML feed, you would probably understand it. But if I give most people an XML feed, they probably won't understand it. So we understand things as documents. So that's why I keep coming back to this documents thing.
Right.
If you're talking to your customers about their most important documents, they'll understand what you're talking about. And they'll be able to take you on a journey through that process. If you talk to them about their data, they start to wonder what you're talking about. Documents will always exist. As I said earlier, we don't understand data yet. You know, maybe my grandchildren will understand data that goes through their glasses or something, but humans need to interact with documents. That's where we all start. We all produce documents, and we need to read data from documents. You know, even millennials, if you send them something on an iPhone, quite a lot of them still print it because it's the easiest way for them to consume the data. You know, you're using that document as a printed piece, right? Because it's easy for you to consume the data.
Caught me there.
Yeah. But that's how we all work. We all take the data, convert it to documents, and then use the document because that's how we understand it. And that's going to be the same for many, many years to come.
Is it just a big company issue? Because it sounds like, you know, you're talking about legacy systems. The first thing I think about is big mainframes and things. Is it?
Yeah, no, we'll talk about legacy in a minute. And when we talked about legacy, people have heard me talk before, heard me mention it before. But everybody has an ERP system. Even if you're a one-man band, you have an ERP system, right? That's normally an Excel spreadsheet. And then you go all the way up to the large organisations have big financial systems. But people have somewhere in their company a system that records the transaction, and the transaction is the record of truth because that's the amount of money that somebody paid you for a product, and that document, that transaction, is their most important document, and that is the thing that you're trying to find. If you're talking to them about their most important document that comes from these legacy and mainframe systems, you're actually talking to them about something that's close to their hearts because actually that's what's running their business.